Good morning. I'm Rebecca Turco in for Curtis McLeod. Time now for your top stories and weather in 90 seconds. Our weather experts have a close eye on Tropical Storm Ian as it nears Cuba. Governor Ron DeSantis is expected to provide an update at 11:30 this morning on the state's preparations. We'll bring it to you live when it happens. A mandatory campus evacuation is set to go into effect tomorrow for students and staff at Bethune-Cookman University. The university made the announcement ahead of potential impacts from Ian. Students are encouraged to leave campus as soon as today. And we expect a decision from NASA today on whether it'll start rolling back the SLS rocket from the launch pad at Kennedy Space Center. Yesterday, NASA called off Tuesday's Artemis launch due to uncertainty surrounding the storm. If approved, the rocket could start rolling back as soon as tonight. And now a check of your weather with certified meteorologist Amy Sweezy. Amy, lots to talk about surrounding Ian. What do folks need to know now?
Yes, well, the biggest thing is to just remember that the overall path of this is still very uncertain.
A mandatory campus evacuation is set to go into effect for Bethune-Cookman University ahead of potential impacts from Ian. This is a live look at the campus this morning. Quiet right now. The university announced last night the mandatory evacuation would go into effect at noon tomorrow. The school's encouraging students to start evacuating as early as this morning. An emergency declaration for Florida now has the president's approval. Late last night, the president ordered federal assistance to help with response efforts for any emergency conditions resulting from Ian. The White House also confirmed the president is postponing his trip to Orlando. He was scheduled to attend a Democratic National Committee event on Tuesday. And the president's emergency declaration follows Governor Ron DeSantis' decision to expand the state of emergency to include the entire state. The governor's office says this declaration frees up emergency protective funding and activates members of the Florida National Guard who remain on standby to help. Governor DeSantis is expected to provide an update with state leaders from the State Emergency Operations Center in Tallahassee. That's expected at 11:30. We'll bring that to you live when it happens. And as you make preparations for whatever the storm may bring to our area, cities and counties across Central Florida are offering to help you prepare. Ormond Beach is allowing residents to fill up to 10 sandbags for their homes. You'll need to bring a shovel and be able to load those bags into your vehicle. We caught up with some people who are using this weekend to prepare just in case.
Oh, this is very important to have it in the community. Otherwise, there might not really be much of a community, you know?
The sandbag site will open once again this afternoon from 1 to 5:30. And other Central Florida counties also have sandbag filling locations available to residents. Osceola County announced a new sandbag location open today and tomorrow over at Osceola Heritage Park. It's open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. There's a limit of 25 bags per household. Brevard County has more sites open today. Sandbags will be available at the locations on your screen: Mitchell-Ellington Park, Wickham Park, Eastern Florida State College, and Chain of Lakes from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. There's a limit of 10 bags per vehicle. And over in Seminole County, sandbag distribution operations are underway at the overflow lot of the Boomba Sports Complex in Sanford. You'll need to bring your own shovel. The site is open today from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And 2 counties will offer more information to any citizens with questions today. Volusia County's Citizens Information Center will be open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. today and tomorrow. You can call 866-345-0345 for information on sandbags, disaster preparation, and community resources. And Lake County will also have a Citizens Information line that'll open up at 9 this morning. You can call 352-253-9999. NASA is also keeping a close eye on Ian. We expect a decision from leaders today on whether crews will start rolling back the SLS rocket from Launch Pad 39B at Kennedy Space Center. Yesterday, NASA called off Tuesday's planned launch of the Artemis 1 mission due to potential impacts from Ian. NASA says its team started preparations to roll the rocket back to the vehicle assembly building, but the final decision on the rollback will come from NASA engineers today. Just last week, our Greg Pallone sat down with former shuttle launch director Bob Seek about the goal to protect the rocket.
You're in the process of moving totally exposed with the move crew and something goes wrong with your transportation system and you're stuck out there on the crawlerway with no protection.
The rollback will begin as soon as tonight if Artemis managers approve. We'll update you as soon as we learn more from NASA. And as you're prepping your hurricane kit, just in case, don't forget about any pets you may have. Make sure they've got their bags ready to go too. Haiti Acuna runs the nonprofit Mercyful Project, a local animal rescue. She's helped stranded pets after several major hurricanes and helps keep their families prepared too. She says make sure you have vet records and that your pets have tags in a crate.
When a hurricane or any disaster happens, we don't know how long the animals are really have to stay in the crates, and it's okay. But the most important thing is that you guys actually take your pets with you.
Haiti also says to make sure your crate has a blanket and toys, as well as water and food bowls. And as you work on topping off that hurricane kit today, here are some things you're going to want to have on hand for you and your family. Flashlights, batteries and radios, matches, a fire extinguisher, a first aid kit, rain gear, clothes and blankets, non-perishable food, plus enough water for each person for 3 to 7 days at least. You can find a supply checklist on our website and on the Spectrum News app. Just click on the Weather tab. Next, a sad update from Orlando's rowing community this morning. North Orlando Rowing says a middle school-age student rower has died, a second one, from his injuries. The child's death comes less than 2 weeks after lightning struck near a group of youth rowers on Lake Fairview in Orlando's College Park area. The body of one of the boys on board was found a day later. A second child had been hospitalized since the September 15th incident, but has since died. North Orlando Rowing shared on Facebook it's cooperating with local authorities and U.S. Rowing as they investigate what happened. Destination Space News now. 52 Starlink satellites are now in orbit after a successful space launch from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station last night.
3, 2, 1, ignition. And liftoff of Starlink 435.
This was SpaceX's 43rd Falcon 9 launch of the year. About 9 minutes after launch, the first stage booster landed successfully on a drone ship out in the Atlantic Ocean. SpaceX is on track to hit as many as 60 launches by the end of the year. Still ahead this morning, UCF Knights come out on top at the Bounce House. How the Knights head coach says the team can continue the winning trend. But first, let's turn to certified meteorologist Amy Sweezy with what you can expect as you head out the door.
There's a few showers off the coast